Okay.
Hi, everyone. We welcome again Professor Kai Yang from University of Wayne State. And our today's session is focused about corporations and medium to large enterprises. So it's really good to share that Professor has also covered to a very large extent the quality paradigm, the quality system, and the quality practices in big organizations as well. So let us start by first talking about the innovation approach that Professor has talked in his publication. And in this respect, he has particularly mentioned about the innovation practices embedded in quality by Samsung. So Professor, can you just share with us about the DFSS and the TRIZ approach which Samsung has followed and you have talked about it?
Yeah, sure. My pleasure. So actually, I also had another book designed for Six Sigma quite a few years ago. So after I done with the book, I was invited to attend many conferences. So actually, in that time, I had lucky to, contact with Samsung leadership. So actually, Samsung also do this design for Six Sigma, but they take a different approach. They especially emphasis on innovation. And that time the tool they are using is TRIZ, which is a Russian term of theory inventive problem solving. So that approach is a good one, may not be perfect one, but it helps Samsung to make a lot of breakthrough. Actually, they localize this approach. So actually, TRIZ was first, applied in the West by Detroit automobile companies, but somehow it doesn't end up with perfect. So Samsung use this, they invite a lot of experts and to work there. So they made a lot of progress. They make the progress in some key product, overtaking Sony at that time. So this is a great, I think this is a turning point for Samsung because in the past, they are followers. They are now the market leaders. After that, they become market leaders. So afterwards, they also integrated many other innovation techniques. So I think I described that in my book. But anyhow, so then later they made summarize what their success factor. One is innovation, because innovation create customer values, create a good product, beat computation. Then Six Sigma, which ensure conformance, ensure no failures. Then lean manufacturing. So three factors become their cornerstone of their strategy. So that's what I know about Samsung.
That's great. So if we move forward in the discussion of innovation and quality, you have also mentioned about Apple. Under the leadership of Steve Jobs and Tim Cook, they have made phenomenal progress. So please share a few words on that also.
Oh, absolutely. So what brought me to Apple is I was delivering some trainings for Apple in different locations in China and California. So, then I realized that, Apple is a very innovative company from the start. And so I think the driver for their innovation is they said they want to lead the market, not just passively following the market. So for example, we say voice of customer, and a lot of people just, try to search, try to find out what they want. But they say customer doesn't know everything. They don't know the things they don't know. So they develop some, like touch tone, touch screen phone, iPad, something that people never thought about it. They also have, uh, they also like customer-centric innovation. I think California, they have quite a few this company, university to help them. So with all that, I think that's underlying Apple's success. They are also very strict on quality assurance. I heard like they have very tight tolerance for supplier. Sometimes they have to throw out a lot of non-conforming material parts by inspection. So that's not what our we thought about, but they are good. So they achieve both customer value and assurance.
Perfect. So if we extend this disruptive innovation to the contemporary car manufacturers, you have paid a tribute to Elon Musk for his shared vision on Industry 4.0 and incorporating Quality 4.0 practices. And particularly, you talked about two things for Tesla. Number one is over-the-air concept. And secondly, you talked about Giga Press, which is a clear change in the trend of one-piece manufacturing, or what we call a Toyota production system. So can you just share a few thoughts on that, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, Elon Musk turned to my attention because I'm in Detroit and in the automobile companies. So Tesla was treated like they are a different animal. So because they behave very differently than traditional car companies. So I think the one thing is Tesla is electrical vehicle. The electrical vehicle compared to internal combustion engine is, because electrical by physics, they are reacting to signal to control much faster than mechanical based internal combustion engine. So in this case, also they are way simpler in their, in the car structure. So that's why the software can play bigger role than internal combustion engine. That's one. Secondly, they build this company not as auto company, but as a high-tech company. And just say they treat the car like a moving mobile cluster. So that's why. So they are, whenever they had a problem or they think there's a need to update their software, they push into the air. So I own traditional car, they don't do that. Usually like they don't update their software. Many cars, they don't do that at all. So, but the people like it. They say after this, it's like I get a new car. So that's good. About the Giga price, this is also have some story about it because in 1990s, the big three company had a problem of car so-called fit and finish. So they launched a program called the 2 millimeter program. So why 2 millimeter? Because the tolerance for car body is plus minus 2 millimeter from the design. So they put a lot of sensors, got a lot of data using high power statistics and so on, they did bring that into control. Of course, a lot of complex technology. But Tesla, I think they handle that in a very innovative way. So instead of making hundreds of pieces, welding one piece after the other, they just make the car body into 3 pieces. The less number of parts, the easier to control. So it's a great success. So this one, it shows innovation is a big part of quality, not only create a customer value, but even in manufacturing performance as well. So we shouldn't only pay attention to traditional quality, but innovative methods as well.
Great. Now, in all the medium to big organizations, one of the very important system is quality management system. And organizations prefer to have at least ISO 9000 in addition to other standards like TS ISO 16949. You have also talked about a transition of quality management system towards an electronic or cloud-based quality management system. So how do you see that?
Well, in my teaching career, we have a relationship with Siemens. So also in the past, I had the Siemens project. So I know they have good system. That's where I get to it. But take one step back, because the IT technology, computer, everything was from traditional to contemporary, like nobody use a paper-based, become IT-based. So different company implement in different degree. So in my book, 103 and 104 page, I listed a good example of this platform from Siemens. They started with they call Team Center. Then they build on Team Center quality on top of it. Team Center is like design manufacturing. Also later they have document control, supplier quality. Also the other thing built into the single platform they call accelerator. But anyway, so this one, just like modern days, all the software company, they put things into a cloud-based platform. Everybody can see what other people are doing. And if you do something, then their impact will immediately see by other people. So you don't need to, you eliminate a lot of waste, searching, correcting errors. So that is what I see, the outcome of this technology, Industry 4.0 technology.
Yeah, I can very clearly see that in your publication. You have been able to add a lot of value because of your consultancy work with many other organizations. So if we look at your contribution about General Motors learning quality control as a predictive quality approach, you have recommended some advanced techniques which actually contains, for example, algorithms, neural networks, a lot of stuff from machine learning. So how would you share with us on these techniques?
Okay, sure. In the earlier, I mentioned about the big 3 company. I call the 2mm program. But actually, even that time, because there are many university involvement, they start to build a predicted model in manufacturing. Because they have data, they do that. Also, a lot of university, they work with industry, they're getting some grant, they're doing that. That's what I see in the beginning. So it's like late 1990s to 2000s. So in the GM, that case, because one of our quality 4.0, speaker, he was working in General Motors research lab. He actually developed some of this technique and get award within the GM. So I don't know how widespread this practice is. I think still is a part of it, but there are a lot of growth potential. I know the other industry like financial, like for example, when you use a credit card, if the people will know is that a fraud or they detect this right away. So that's a predictive model as well. So many other industries they do that. So I see we're going to see more of this.
Okay, that's great. Now, in the ecosystem of Industry 4.0, complementing with Quality 4.0, now everything is knitted around data. And, we always say that data is the new oil. It is the new wealth on which any organization can build a business case. And you have provided a lot of sections on data management. So in the data management, very important thing is data governance. When we have a lot of systems which are involved with a lot of other functions and departments, data is going to play a main role. So how do you see what tools would be required for data governance?
Oh, this is a good point, very important. So as what you said, in traditional quality, we manage a supplier and we manage, parts, material. So right now, data become a key resource and a power. So, but data is different than the regular, parts or material. So that's why it is important. That's why in the book, I put a whole chapter on data quality from the beginning and all the details. Why? Because I realize data quality is important also like early 2000 because I know one of the vice president of Citibank, it was my PhD student who made a presentation about the data quality. So I start to realize this is important for their business. Then when ASQ kick off Quality 4.0, there are many practitioners also talk about that. So currently I also get some new input from data scientists, like not only data quality, but for example, data design. The way we capture data may not be fit for modern technology. The way we capture data, for example, in manufacturing was based on the technology many years ago. So how do you design the data so it's compatible with current technology? Also data analytic quality, so many new things. So I see there are many challenges for quality professionals, in the on the way.
Great. Now, talking about preventive quality, you have actually explained in your book that risk can be better identified, assessed, and mitigated. And you have given a lot of examples from different sectors, including automobile, banking and finance, and also healthcare. And in fact, in healthcare, you talked about real-time risk management. So what are your thoughts about this real-time risk management in health?
Okay, great. So healthcare is a very important, field.
Yeah.
So I got involved in healthcare industry in 2008. So we're, in the U.S. has a new government, President Obama, they actually try to fix the healthcare. Then they start, kind of ask proposal to establish health system engineering. So we won a center in healthcare system engineering in Midwest or US. So that time we did a lot of project. So I realized, healthcare should be first, individualized because every patient, they are different. They have different DNA, they have different, health status. Everything is different. So in those few years, we, for example, using predictive model for predicting surgery lengths because surgery is very expensive.
Yeah.
Operation very expensive. If you predict duration well, then you have less waste. Also, we did other healthcare predictive model like readmission, workload, and so on. So about the healthcare risk detection, I think currently there are even more you can do. For example, Apple Watch, or other things, wearables. So they take a lot of information from your body. When you get a trouble, you have, risk, you're falling down. They can send out this right away. So that's where I see so many things. Predictive model is very helpful.
Great. So let's talk about the hierarchies of the organizations and the structures.
Mhm.
Now, there are two things. Number one, the existing organizations, they have to transform into digital revolution technologies. That's number one. Secondly, we also have some new organizations which are being created with a digital business model. So can you just share your thoughts? Because I have seen that you have actually one chapter on this about the changing hierarchies and functions in the organization structures.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the reason I do this chapter is because, first of all, recent years, I have been working with some companies with very innovative organization structures. Secondly, our quality management used to working with hierarchical structure, traditional company. So I think the IT and the Industrial 4.0 make some difference, make a few difference. One is connectivity among people and among organizations. In the past, it's not very convenient. So now it's you can easily get connected, very flexible. The other is kind of retrieving of the information. So for example, even customer, when you see the product, they can search what other people, what's the price, how good they are, what their reviews, and so on. So these two changes, they make tremendous change in business operation, in people lifestyle and market and things like that. So this already bring down huge hierarchical companies because they are so inflexible, so inefficient. So I studied some organization, visited some organization, which they they create a small group, like they call micro enterprise. I think I use the Spotify Hire in my book. So they actually connected by also cloud-based platform to get help inside organization to open business, to promote, to innovate, and find partners. So this is a very, very different than now. So our quality professional, first of all, we need to know this, and maybe also we will use some of this type of organization to serve others, and also like so this is what I think is important for our professionals. Mhm.
Great, great. Yeah. So if we look at the quality community, we have different types of professions. For example, quality engineers, and then we have quality managers and auditors and some other traits in quality. How do you suggest that how they should upskill themselves? Because in your book, you particularly talked about artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Sure. This is important. And because before I write this book, when I joined the ASQ Quality 4.0, so I searched internet, I heard a lot of comments about the current quality profession. They said that they are out of date. Some say they are out of date. Some other very positive say the quality people should working on the people they don't usually work with in the past. For example, IT people. In the past, we don't work with IT people because because all the data in IT, we have to work with IT people. We need to work with data scientists. So, nobody can be expert of everything. To study AI, machine learning, it's not for everyone, but at least we need to know what it is. We can interact with those professionals. So that's one. The other, I think we don't have this now, but I'm sure in the future it's coming. So artificial intelligence, machine learning itself also have a problem of risk, has a problem of quality, issues. So what if they're out of control? What if they create a, bad outcome? So nobody is working. It's not here yet, but I'm pretty sure after a few years, this will become a big issue. So that's also a good subject for our quality professionals.
Great. So my last question is you have used a new term in your book, and that is QVAN, quality without a name. What is that, Professor?
Quality without name. Oh, I think this is the in my chapter 2. So actually, it was refers to I think Christopher Alexander. So basically, that person has write a few books, and he established himself in the architecture, in design. But I feel that he's basically what I think the key point is people judge quality by their mind, by their feeling. There are something, for example, if you go to a building, go to a house, and if they build it right and good structure, people feel comfortable, and good color, good combination, they think this is good quality. For example, timeless quality means, for example, some of the ancient masterpiece, they build in a way so everybody, when they get in, they will like it. And, no matter how many years, So I think this should be our part of quality as well. Because you see, in LinkedIn, I got feedback from one of the ASQ people. They say the traditional quality is too much about what is quality. They focus too much on pre-established standard, standard and requirements, and treat the quality very narrowly. So we have to treat more broader. So in this case, like we really can capture the customer's preference. So this timeless quality, I think, in automobile, for example, the car body style, the beauty of car body style is important part of how people make decisions. So I think that's also part of timeless quality. So even though may not be our traditional quality professional's job, but we need to understand it and need to work with the people who are working on it.
Great, great. So, Professor, thank you very much for your time. And let me sum up this discussion. And I'm very glad that this book is an effort, and it is very clear that it has a great vision of Professor Yang, and it has several years, academic work and working with the industry, participating in different researches, speaking in a lot of conferences. I'm very glad to share that I have been actually with Professor Yang in a couple of ASQ conferences as well, where he was a session speaker and I was a panel speaker. He was also part of the program technical committee for Quality 4.0 for several years. And I recently joined that board. So, Professor, we really appreciate your great efforts, and it's a lot of contribution for all the quality profession around the globe. I'm sure that these two episodes have been very instrumental in uncovering the hidden potential in this book, and it would actually answer to a lot of questions which are being asked by quality professionals for the past few years. So with this, I really thank you, Professor Dr. Kai Yang, and I hope that we shall be hosting some more events very soon.
Thank you very much, Bill. Thank you for hosting this interview, and I feel you have great questions, and I'm very happy to participate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.